Good morning, class 8. Welcome back to chemistry classroom once again. Today I will discuss water as a solvent, solute, solvent and solution. So look at your book. Water, a universal solvent. For why? Water has the ability to dissolve a large number of substances. Example, sugar, salt, minerals, etc. Water also dissolves a large number of gases including ammonia, hydrogen chloride, etc. Hence, water dissolves almost every common substance and therefore it is called universal solvent. So here is a question. Why water is considered as a universal solvent? So, as because your annual exam will be either online or offline, so you will learn not a MCQ question. You have to learn both MCQ as well as the short type of question answer. So first question is here. Why water is considered as a universal solvent? There are three reasons. For what? Because water has the ability to dissolve a large number of substances. Basically, sugar, salts, different types of minerals. As well as it can dissolve a large number of gases like ammonia and hydrogen chloride also. Same way, every almost common substances is easily dissolved in water. Therefore, it is known as universal solvent. Next, solvent, solute and solution. So, water, it is a solvent. When we add something in water, that is solute, and after the mixing of the solute and solvent, we can prepare solution. Solute, solvent, sodium chloride, sugar and copper to sulfate. When we dissolve in water, again dissolve in water, it can produce sodium chloride solution. When we dissolve sodium chloride in water, it can produce sodium chloride solution. Again, when we dissolve sugar in water, it can produce sugar solution. Same way, copper to sulfate when dissolved in water, it can produce copper to sulfate solution. Next, charcoal. Charcoal is insoluble in water. Same way, kerosene is also insoluble in water. So, charcoal floats on water and kerosene forms a layer on water. Next, solute, solvent and solution. The dissolved substances. Sodium chloride, sugar, copper, sulfate. The substance which dissolve or disappear in the solvent. Liquid to form a solution is called solute. So actually you have to learn the definition. So what is solute? Solute means which substance dissolve in water, turn into liquid to form a solution. That is known as solute. मतलब जो चीज पानी के अंदर घुल के लिक्विड फॉर्म में सॉल्यूशन प्रिपेयर कर रहा है उसको हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? सॉल्यूट. नेक्स्ट, सॉल्वेंट. द सब्सटेंस व्हिच डिसॉल्व्स द सॉल्यूट इन इट, दैट इज नोन एज सॉल्वेंट. सो नॉर्मली जो सब्सटेंस खुद के अंदर सॉल्यूट को डिसॉल्व कर रहा है उसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? सॉल्वेंट. द लिक्विड और मीडियम ऑफ डिसोल्यूशन व्हिच अलाउज द सॉल्यूट टू डिसॉल्व इन इट so as to form a solution, that is known as solvent. Solution. The mixture of the solute and solvent, a homogeneous mixture, just underline it. Solution is basically homogeneous mixture because in this mixture the components or constituents are homogeneous in nature. We can see them in open eyes and they mixed uniformly. That's why solution is a homogeneous mixture of a solute in a solvent is known as solution. Next, solubility of solute in water. Conditions affecting the formation of a solution. Solubility of the solute in the solvent. The solute must be soluble in the solvent for formation of solution. So solvent के अंदर सॉल्यूट नॉर्मली डिसॉल्व होने के बाद ही सॉल्यूशन फॉर्म होता है. कॉमन सॉल्ट डिसॉल्व इन वाटर फॉर्मिंग ए सॉल्ट सॉल्यूशन. Same way, proportion of the solute of the solvent. तो नॉर्मली सॉल्वेंट सॉल्यूशन के अंदर सॉल्यूट और सॉल्वेंट का फिक्स्ड प्रोपोर्शन होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं हम कुछ भी रेशियो में मिलाते जाएंगे और वो सॉल्यूशन फॉर्म कर लेगा. द सॉल्यूट मस्ट बी इन अ स्मॉल अमाउंट कंपेयर टू द सॉल्वेंट. So always solute must be smaller amount rather than solvent, which must be in a much greater amount to dissolve the solute. Next, particle size of the solute. For quicker and complete dissolution of the solute in the solvent, the solute must be finely powdered and not be present as large crystals. So basically solvent के अंदर solute को अगर dissolve करना है, so size of solute should be fine powdered or not be present as a large crystals. Temperature of the solvent. Sometimes the solute may not be completely soluble in the solvent at ordinary temperatures. Hence, the solvent may be slightly heated. तो नॉर्मली जब सॉल्यूट को सॉल्वेंट में डिसॉल्व करना है, अगर वो पूरी तरह नहीं घुल रहा है, तो नॉर्मली अगर हम लोग उसका टेम्परेचर ग्रो करेंगे, हल्का सा हीट देंगे, so it may dissolve easily in the solvent. Next, proper mixing of the solute and solvent particles. A glass rod should be used for stirring completely the solute and solvent particles to initiate quick formation of the solution. तो नॉर्मली सॉल्वेंट के अंदर सॉल्यूट को घुलाने के लिए ग्लास रॉड यूज करना चाहिए, जिसके द्वारा हम लोग सॉल्यूट को अच्छे से डिसॉल्व कर सके सॉल्वेंट के अंदर. सो यू शुड लर्न द ब्लैक लाइन ओनली. No need to define them because when a question arises, the condition for affecting the formation of a solute, you will just write down the black line only. Solubility of the solute in the solvent, again proportion of the solute and solvent, particle size of solute, temperature of the solvent, and the last one is proper mixing of the solute and solvent particles. So student, hope all of you understood what I've discussed in this video. So for today, up to this portion.